between these welterweights. Reinat Fahretdinov will be the small favorite in the matchup. Bryan Bаттl on the other side, looking for another victory at the Apex. He's 3 for 3 here during his UFC run, but don't forget his time on The Ultimate Fighter, where he went through the house there as well.
His kicks, Battl's kicks are his best weapon, in my opinion. I mean,
that last fight with Sato, holy crap.
Got himself a bonus back in August.
And that's one thing I saw is in the boxing, you could use the boxing defense in there. And this is the wrestling that.
This is what you were talking about, right?
This is the hardest
challenge
matchup
that is.
Bаттl, I think, because Bаттl does have good jiu-jitsu and he's submitted a lot of people, but he's facing a wrestler with submission defense and submission offense.
And power in his hands.
And power, so this is a different matchup with 10 fights more.
Bаттl out of North Carolina, but he never was a high school wrestler. He doesn't have that wrestling combat sports pedigree before finding martial arts.
If you're going to find that out, this is the fight that he's going to learn. This is it. This is where you see how good your wrestling pedigree is in a matchup like this. Now, that's not even saying that Fahretdinov is the best in the division at this style. I'm just saying this is what you got to get used to facing if you're Bryan Bаттl, because this is how people are going to fight him as he moves up the ladder.
I mean, you want to talk about experience difference.
Right.
Fahretdinov has 8 more fights on his win streak than Bryan Bаттl has on his professional record.
Yes.
So this is where you learn.
If my math is correct.
I think your math checks out.
Glad it's not me.
I've been doing a lot of second grade math recently.
Is that right?
I've been practicing my, like charts and, word problems.
Yep.
So just, don't be afraid to quiz me throughout the night.
There you go. Okay.
The big thing that I just saw right now is how Fahretdinov is able to hand control while you see Bryan Bаттl shrimping, trying to get his legs involved.
Across the entire cage,
the hand control here is the key. See how he keeps grabbing the elbow? Every time you see Bаттl try to base up, he grabs the leg or grabs the hand control. You cannot stand up without hand control. In wrestling, since day one, do not leave
he's
the
got
ground
it trapped too, guys.
Control.
Now he's got it trapped, Dom.
He's got hand control.
Yeah, he's got that pinned, that right arm of Bаттl pinned down.
Work it out.
He got it out.
There you go, now work.
Oh, man, some heavy ground and pound here from Fahretdinov.
Bаттl throwing up the legs, trying to make something happen. Always got the left arm.
Looking just too aware.
Well, the other thing is Fahretdinov put Bаттl up against the fence where it's hard to use his hips. He's doing he's attacking well, Bаттl, using his guard, but with your head and your butt up against the fence, it's hard to use your hips. And your range and your length. And that was a smart move by Fahretdinov to keep him here up in this corner.
Right there, use it. Hip hop, find it.
Bаттl right in front of his corner as they try to tie him out. That was a huge shot from Fahretdinov. That buckled Bаттl back to the mat. Gets his full guard back. 2 minutes to go in the round.
Watch the arm, watch the arm. For the head and arm.
Nice over the top elbow there from Fahretdinov. Staying busy, good ground and pound, just constant control. Keeping him off balance, not giving Bryan Bаттl a chance to get himself into this fight whatsoever.
Well, Bаттl, if he's going to keep his head against the fence, you got to use the fence to stand up. Otherwise, if you're going to use your guard, you want to be in the open mat because he's so lengthy. That's where his edge will be.
Oh, back to his feet.
I love how Fahretdinov is mixing in those big power shots and then right to another takedown. Keeps you guessing. You don't know whether to defend yourself on the way up and worry about the big shot or defend the takedown.
And then Bаттl to get all the way back to his feet, only to get spilled once again. Got to be frustrating. Just over a minute to go in the first round.
Well, you see why he's got the streak he has in Reinat. I mean, the control that he showed in this first round is epic. And damage, not just control, like heavy damage with the ground and pound.
Yeah, looking for things like elbows, big power shots. And then as Bryan Battle's trying to work his way back up and he has to turn to the side, he's taking the time right there to throw those big, huge shots. Now we see some blood. So some visible damage now on the face of Bryan Bаттl.
Oh. Cut over his left eye.
It's from one of those elbows, we know that. He's been throwing them down. Oh, it's pretty bad,
man,
too.
That does not look good. Right on the eyebrow.
Yeah, it looks like it split it pretty much in half. Here's a triangle attempt.
And there's what Battle's been looking for this whole time. He's very
jammed up
confident
against the
with
fence,
his
though,
guard.
Dom.
Short time for Battle to work from bottom position. He'll survive the round. We'll check on the cut.
Time.
Footwork, unleash the kicks, and you know what Fahretdinov wants to do.
Yeah, and they gave credit to Fahretdinov, letting him know, hey, listen, that was explosive. He's not playing around in there.
Yeah.
When he gets on top, he's doing damage. As you can tell by the look of Bryan Battle's left eyebrow, and there's another one. Already splits it, knocks all that Vaseline pretty much right out.
The thing about Bryan Battle's guard is it is good. I do give credit to it. He hasn't stopped, but the problem is you're allowing Fahretdinov to keep your head up against the fence. So now that range, that length, all those triangles, all your submission attempts are nullified because you're cramped into a little corner. So great job by Reinat to make that adjustment, to give respect to Bryan Battle's guard and just keep him in a place where he can't utilize it as much as he'd like to.
Yeah, if you're a jiu-jitsu guy that works in open guard, being shoved up against the cage like that, it's not where you want to be. And listen, that's by no accident that Fahretdinov is doing that. We saw in round one, he moved Battle across the entire octagon so he can put him into the fence. Now, a lot of guys want to avoid that because they don't want the opponent to be able to pop back up to their feet. But you see that the way that Fahretdinov fights, he doesn't care if you work your way back up. That's when he's going to do some damage.
And I think more stylistically, you see Battle doesn't use the fence to stand up. So whether Reinat cares or not, he's not forced to care because Battle is looking for a submission more than the stand-up right here. As Dean Thomas said, use these submission attempts to create space to get up. If you just go for the guard submission only and don't link it to a stand-up, it's easier to hold you down than we're seeing Reinat use his offense.
Battle is trying to chase that left arm right now.
Yeah, looking for the Kimura, and we saw obviously in the Manel Kopp fight that's possible to pull that off, but not with your back up against the fence like this. It's just not likely.
That's what's so great about watching this fight in Reinat is you can see that Battle is making the right moves, but because he's against the fence, they're not as powerful as they could be. Like he's always hanging over the top of the arms instead of underneath the chest and underneath the neck of Reinat. So if you're not underneath the chest and the neck, now that means that Renat's controlling the top pressure. You got to get underneath his head so you can stand up. And notice he's always over the top of the neck, always over the top of the arms. That allows Reinat to just blanket him and control him and cut right through his guard.
One big one. One big one.
Fahretdinov mixing in the ground and pound as well.
He's gonna give his back. He's gonna give you his back. Just wait. Just
You
wait.
see
He's gonna give his back.
Pahumpa in
Be
the
ready.
corner,
Be ready. He's gonna give his
telling
back.
him to stay patient, wait for the back.
One big one, Reinat.
Oh, heavy shot.
And that's what they're calling for. That's what they want, one big one. One big shot to get him to worry about the strikes and not the grappling that's going to come.
Battle back to his feet.
He's got to try to stay up here and get some separation. He's only got 2 minutes left in this second round, and he's been dominated yet again.
Oh, he breaks the grip.
It's in.
Not the
That's
neck.
tight.
How about
That's
that?
tight. Let's see if he can get a nice job fighting it. It was a good read to go for that ninja front choke, but I mean, Renat's felt it all. You don't get on an 18-fight win streak by not feeling every submission you could possibly feel in these positions.
You've dealt with some submission attempts in your time.
And watch, he's going to grab that far wrist. There it is. And he's just going to keep controlling the hands, keep controlling the waist. And Battle's not cutting in between the chest or using his legs to get in between with the butterfly guard. So it's allowing Reinat to just be a blanket.
Battle thinking about a switch there where he's going to reach inside that thigh and try to work his way out to the side. Just not going to happen in the open space like that against somebody like Fahretdinov. Puts his head right in the chest and just pushes down. Battle working, he's trying to find these sweeps, look for submissions, just...
See how he lets Reinat right underneath the armpits. Battle lets him get right underneath his armpits. And that just keeps Battle down on his back.
Looking for the triangle again, but Reinat postures right up, sees it coming.
Hey, you got your own elbows. Get your own elbows.
Yeah. Oh, there's a good one.
Short elbows. And
heard that knock off the skull.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with the cut man's job to be, I mean, that Vaseline came out and it's still holding up.
Third round coming up. UFC back in Brazil for the first time in nearly 3 years at UFC 283. Rio de Janeiro will be rocking. Glover Teixeira versus Jamal Hill for the vacant light heavyweight title, plus Figueiredo and Moreno throw down for a record 4th time. UFC 283 can be purchased on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Third and final round, Reinat Fahretdinov in red. He logged 13 minutes of control time in the UFC debut. He's at 9.5 through the first 10 minutes. Big right sits down battle. And now ground and pound as he goes into the guard.
Big right hand, sits him down. We've seen a lot of control and a lot of ground and pound out of Fahretdinov in his short UFC career so far. But when you look at his record, those knockouts are there, those TKOs are there, and you see why. Throws big punches, gets on top, uses ground and pound, but that right there, that was a solid right hand. You're so worried about his takedowns that you don't see something like that coming. And here's more control time on top of it.
We saw some heavier ground and pound in round 1, including one shot that, you know, it was a knockdown, if you will, when Battle was kind of posted, really buckled him back down to the canvas. And now with 3 minutes and change to go, Fahretdinov in his office, on the ground, controlling, doing damage. And he's a handful at welterweight, that's for sure.
I think it's pretty obvious to hear why it's going to be hard to get Reinat fights in this division. Like, a lot of people are going to be pulling out against this man. I guarantee it. The fact that Bryan Bаттl decided to take it just shows how much guts he's got. He's got a winning record. He's doing really well. Won the Ultimate Fighter. That just shows that Bаттl knows he wants to get to the next level in his career.
Yep.
Yes, he's been outclassed so far, but to take this challenge up,
yeah, respect.
Double the amount of fights when nobody else wanted to take it. I promise you, people didn't want this fight. He took it. Great job, Bаттl, to stay in this fight. Never even quit for a second. Just outclassed in the grappling in this fight against Reinat.
Yeah, he just cannot get separation for more than a couple seconds. And when there is separation, you're getting smashed in the face with powerful shots.
I mean, how many people said no to this fight, do you think?
I don't know, where's Shelby? We could probably ask him. Might have a whole email list for us.
Guaranteed.
The original matchup for Fahretdinov was Michael Morales, who is a highly thought of prospect from Brazil in the welterweight division, more known for the striking. Perhaps that matchup will materialize in the future. 2.5 to go in the final round. Fahretdinov with his hands locked in a single leg.
How long has this matchup been on the table?
I think three or 4 weeks. Oh.
Makes that even tougher of a fight to accept.
For sure.
And if you're Bryan Bаттl, you can go back to the drawing board and say, okay, if I get my takedown defense better, I mean, how much do my chances go up? That's not a huge gap.
Right.
Get these takedown defense better, and let's see what other offense you can create in your game. But we now know if you don't have takedown defense at the highest level in this game, it's hard to fight.
And in this division, Dom, there are other just savages littered throughout the top 15 who can do this type of fight as well. We just look at the top of the division.
Right.
Obviously, current champion, phenomenal striker, but just took it from Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington, Bilal Muhammad. I mean,
Gilbert Burns is in there.
Gilbert Burns, Sean Brady, just Michael Chiesa. It's unbelievable the amount of grapplers that are in the 170-pound division. To name a few, I'm sure I'm...
But guys that can do it all too. Shavkat Rakhmonov has a big fight coming up in January against Jeff Neal.
Scary dude.
And Reinat Fahretdinov appears to be headed for a 19-fight win streak and to go 2 for 2 in the octagon in 2022.
And you know, there's no chance or risk. I mean, I don't want to say no, but very little chance or risk you take in a style like Reinat. He mauls you, takes you down. How are you going to slip? What are you going to slip in a knockout here from your back? Or are you going to slip in a knockout from the fence while he's glued to you? When do you slip in one of these shots to take him out and finish him?
Yeah.
You have to submit him. And just like Khabib Nurmagomedov, when your submission defense and your wrestling and your cardio is higher than people, you can just take all chance out of the fight by doing this and get on a 19-fight win streak. If you're a striking fighter like Adesanya and every fight is on the feet, there's always a chance you can get knocked out. But the chances go down with these styles, these grappling styles from, you know, the way that all these guys show up. I mean, look at this.
Oh, my goodness, man.
There's just no chance to really get ahead unless you out-wrestle him or submit him.
How about that? 14 minutes of control time for Rинат Фахретдинов, and he pairs it with a huge knockdown at the beginning of round number 3.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. The judges have it 30-25, 30-25, and 30-27, all for your winner by unanimous decision, Rинат Gladiator